All right, man, we're sitting here with the one and only Gabe Leonard, Mr. Outlaw himself. A wall full of his awesome, incredible pieces right here at Art Center Inc. right here in Westminster, California. But I'm going to sit here and I'm going to bullshit with Gabe for a little bit, and we're going to talk about his pieces and about his upcoming show that's happening here at Art Center Inc. Art Center Gallery, same thing, Art Center Inc. On November 25th through 27th. So we're going to have a private party, get together, we're going to party with Gabe. You drink a lot? You an outlaw drinker?
Guess we'll find out, right?
Awesome, awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Very cool. But what other artists inspired you to?
I mean, some of the names that people might recognize would be like John Singer Sargent or Gustav Klimt or Alphonse Mucha, Egon Schiele. Some of these guys that they're drawing, but they're not worried about copying surface details. They're expressing what is the underlying essence of the subject matter. When you look at a John Singer Sargent painting of a portrait, it doesn't look like a portrait of a person. It is a person. You can see the humanity in it, and that's what inspires me to try to capture in my paintings is not the technique side of it, because I don't know if I'd ever be able to paint like he does, but there's a certain amount of, when I paint my characters, I want there to be a body language that we all recognize. I want there to be an attitude, something that we connect to as a human being. Whether or not you like guns or outlaws, that you look at this and you recognize the kind of person it is, or that it could be an outlaw, could be a lawman. There's a shades of gray in a lot of people. Well, all the exaggerations are in effect to try to drive a point about the character, and so there's something about the long legs and nice big hips and a kind of womanly shape that is sexy. But I didn't want to have female gun, with gun. I wanted something that was empowering for chicks, but also sexy, but not like, in a traditional way. So the actually the outfit that she's wearing is period clothing of the time, like 1800s. I'm looking, to kind of expand things. One of the things I've talked about before is that if you do the same thing too many times, it tends to get stale. And
I agree.
And the Wild West stuff isn't getting stale in my mind, but if I was to only focus on that, I think it would. So I have. I have the musicians I like, and I do some paintings of musicians. I want to do some paintings of famous authors and poets, kind of like the drunken poets part of my body of work. But also expands into other things like the mobsters have been getting more interested in the Prohibition era, and the gangsters of like Chicago, New York, and Atlantic City, all that stuff. And I have a few paintings that are in that theme, but I'd like to expand on that. Come see us down here Thanksgiving weekend. I'll have a show down here. I'll be down here with the painting I'm working on, and if not that, I'll be doing some drawings or something for everybody, shaking hands, high-fiving, tap dancing, a number of things, yeah.
Cool.